Hey, and we're back with round 6 of the European Legacy Masters. Callum and I are back in the booth.
Yeah.
First couple of players have already maybe booked their slot in the top 8, but
so.
from what I understand, we're like going into the match like pretty soonish. We have a match between Black Red Aggro. You know, remember in the second round when we talked about the meta game, we were like curious what that's going to be about.
I think we got it right. It's just this hyper aggressive deck, like with Death Shadow, Blood Crypts, and Reanimates, and
yeah, in a way, like the best way to put it, I want to call it like Rakdos Shadow from what we've seen.
Yep.
It's like blue-black scam, but it's like in different shells. So we like cantrips, you don't need that. We play like, we go straight to the face straight away.
DRC is the best cantrip in the format.
That's a great way to put it. I love that. And the opponent is actually going to be on Cephalid Breakfast. We will have the name for you ready in a minute as the players are sitting down and shuffling up. Callum, I don't know how much time we have, but we can quickly mention the players who are 5-0. We got František Yada on mono black combo, and that seems to be like some kind of like not storm deck, but they got all kinds of like helm combo in there.
He has helm combo. We saw him against Marcus on stream. He went the game with ELM play, and then he went Ill-Gotten Gains turn 2, discard your hand into turn 3, rip the helm, and kill him.
Awesome. Then we got Thomas Varga on Cheskai control. I was told he made top 8 in the ELM last year as well.
Really?
Yeah. And we got Sebastian Bender. Oh, Sebastian Bender, formerly known as Sebastian Bartel from formerly Augsburg, now living in Hamburg for quite a while. He's on Cradle control. Dude, amazing to see that. I'm happy for him.
Very cool.
So the thing is, since we only have 3 players at 5-0.
I mean, 5-0 with Jessica control is commendable.
Shoutouts. Now, since we have 3 players in 5-0, there's a chance that they won't be able to like draw straight away into a top 8 because one of them is going to be paired down.
Okay.
So the other 2 who are going to be in first and second place, they can easily like draw, and then if they lose the last round, they are very likely still going to be top 8.
Yeah.
Whereas the person who gets paired down, so there's a good chance that we see at least 2 out of these 3 decks in the top 8 and players.
Yeah.
And maybe all 3 of them. But for now,
it'd be a disaster if one person gets paired down and then loses again.
Yeah, there's also a chance that like the players who are winning here now at 4-1, they're gonna be the ones who get paired up.
Yes.
So there's a good chance that like everybody who's winning and then drawing.
I love these scrums at the end. Fight for the top things.
Yeah. So between Cephalid Breakfast and Rakdos Shadow, where do you see the advantage? I mean, Cephalid Breakfast, right, a deck that has like somewhat lessened in popularity.
Yeah. I like Shadow. The Shadow deck a lot, actually. It's the fine thing I find with Cephalid Breakfast is it's so good at sculpting a perfect hand. It can play this longer mid-range game to a point where it just has all the answers so it can combo through your hate. The Shadow deck looks so fast. It's going to be griefing and trolling and reanimating. The Shadow is going to be huge. It's going to have lightning bolts and thought seizes, cheap interaction coming after you. I think Black Red is my money's on that.
Okay. Well, I saw it earlier. The player actually won against Painter, one of our favorites, and yeah, it just bowed through. Like there was a discussion earlier I had with one of the organizers. Could this deck be labeled as a tempo deck because it's Black Red Shadow? So people are like, oh, you know, tempo. That's like, to me, that's like, I don't know, days. I mean, there might be vice stance in there. I think would need to double check, most likely. Shadow itself almost feels like a tempo deck. You know, you trade your resource, your life total for like a very big advantage in the combat, and then in the long run, of course, it's a problem for you. So
that's actually a good point. I think Breakfast can't really punish the heavy life loss and quick shadows very well. I haven't seen if they have Staff or anything in the list. It might be just a faster combo version or Stoneforges. I guess Cauldra, if it's in the list, again, we should have a look at it. But I don't think Cephalid punches it very well. It's trying to like sculpt this perfect hand and combo you in the first, I guess, turn 3, turn 4 commonly, although it can kill turn 2, of course. So it's going to be quite hand dependent, and I think it's the kind of matchup where it could go either way. It could be like whoever wins, it could be such a landslide. It feels impossible, but all right, we're down. So we have Rakdos on the left-hand side, and we have Breakfast on the right. So it looks like there was a turn 1 Thoughtseize that took a Brainstorm. I like it. This is okay. This Cephalid Breakfast list, I think, is taken from Tony, who's Aegis of Magic Online. He's been going under Bowmasters in a sense. He's playing main deck pacts.
Main deck. You're talking about Pacts of Negation?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you are smart. There's 3 Pacts of Negation in main deck and 2 arms shot. Pact of Negation, I've never seen that in Cephalid Breakfast.
This is Tony's.
Is this the future?
Well,
you got 3 copies of. Sorry, I'm trying to get losing myself. We have 3 copies of Steps Through. We have 2 copies of Cable Therapy. This is very different. You got a copy of Lotus Petal.
Yep, this is a really combo heavy
all
version.
Totally different here.
Yeah. The thing is, the Pact of Negation seems really poor in this matchup because they're not fighting over. I mean, it stops the bolt on the turn, but it's not going to be stopping like the Days and the Force of Wills like you would against Delver. So, and especially against discard, Pact of Negation is very weak. So, oh, lovely Narcomoeba draw there. So, let's have a look. So, the Shadow side's had a pretty weak start. It looks like he went turn 1 Thoughtseize and a Bauble, and then turn 2 Wasteland, and then just didn't do anything. I can see a Grief he's not cast, a Snuff Out. Snuff Out's pretty good in the matchup. There's 2 Shadows he can't cast. It's a bit awkward here. Probably goes for a Grief now, just like a bog standard Grief. And Breakfast, we'll see what they have in hand. I saw at least a Pact and a Narcomoeba. And a Daze. Oh, we'll find out. Let's see. Okay. All right. Yep.
So, yeah, we got so much counter magic. It doesn't really do all that much, right?
It says Force of Will, Pedal, Narcomoeba, Daze, Pact. Oh my god. So no combo pieces.
You know, you're double checking. So if we discard Narcomoeba, does it go really does it stay in the graveyard? You know, there's some corner case interactions in Narcomoeba. Like if you mill it with Grindstone, it comes to play, right?
Yes. Yeah. It comes to play from the library. It comes to play. Dogma KMR saying this hand looks like it could have really done with a Brainstorm. I agree. Brainstorm would be really good at here because there's so many bad cards. So yeah, flooding a little bit as well. Land 4. So I think we're going to see that Sanctuary. We're going to see double crack, get some islands, and the Sanctuary is probably going to bring back Brainstorm on top.
Remind me again, why are we taking Pact over Force here?
I don't know. I guess the Daze is not doing anything, and the Narcomoeba is not doing anything. The Pelt isn't doing anything.
Yeah, but then I would take the Force, right?
The Force is just like
the Pact doesn't do anything.
A card disadvantage.
Like, didn't he just like decide that Pact doesn't do anything?
Well, he has Snuff Out. So maybe the Daze gets used, the Narcomoeba gets played. Maybe he plays the Narcomoeba's turn. I think he probably should just keep the Narcomoeba in his hand, so it's okay. I wonder if we... Yeah. Okay, Tundra Volk. There's no opportunity to Wasteland either of these before, at least using the mana. But yeah, I think the Pact and the Force of Will are pretty similar things, and the Pact has a chance to just be more live than the Force at a later turn. But they're both having really awkward draws. This is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing's really going on here. So yeah, okay, so I was looking at the instant speed interaction that we have. It's like Lightning Bolt, Snuff Out. Kolaghan's Command, theoretically, Federal Push. Okay, so I see the idea. So the idea is you want to have some kind of interaction. You break up the combo on the opponent's turn.
Yeah.
And then, in that case, Pact is actually better if Erik goes all in on that.
Cool.
I see, I like that.
Yeah. Cool, so Andre goes for the Wasteland in response to the Sanctuary to stop the bring it back. Great play from Andre. As a second Wasteland, I was going to say that now turns on Erik's Daze in hand very well. All right, he just picked up a Cephalid Illusionist. That's part 1. Part 1. Just needs to find a Nomads. Oh, no, Nomads is off because there's no Tundra.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be Shuko or like at the very... I was going to say like an Urza Saga, but Andre, very, very like cautious, right? Sitting back on the Wasteland because we want to hit that Urza Saga. Like one way that Erik could actually grind this out is just like writing a bunch of constructs, but because Andre, nothing's going on that side of the board.
Yeah, honestly, like despite not much going on and then both having weird time, they both aren't doing much. It's a good point. There's a pedal in Erik's hands, so yes, there is white mana. Oh, he drew the Nomads as well.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
But are you willing to go all in on an opponent who literally did nothing for like the last couple of turns? I mean, you have 1 Force for protection.
Yeah.
But at this point, like, you could actually very well narrow down Andrew's hand because he had like so many opportunities to play proactive stuff where he didn't.
Yeah.
And he also missed... Did he miss land drops? I'm not quite sure.
He did miss land drops. So the Bloodstained Mire was the last turn's draw, and the Wasteland was probably the turn before. So it's close. I think he's going for it. I think I like it because there's a Grief in the graveyard. The deck plays Griefs and Reanimate and Thoughtseize. So there's so many draws that just take away a combo piece. So I like going for it. And I think that we know Andre's hand is a Kolaghan's Command and a Snuff Out. So I think Andre does have...
Oh, you got two pieces of
the
interaction?
Kolaghan's Command will get dazed. So as long as he pitches the Narcomoeba...
Yeah.
Oh, he
just packs it in? Okay.
He knows the hand. He knows it's Narcomoeba, Daze, and Force of Will. He knows he's got it. Cool play from Andre there. Like, again, this is not open breakfast.
no, sign me up. Open breakfast, there you go.
This is open breakfast. Breakfast is on the menu.
This is a very, very dedicated breakfast list, right?
Yes.
There's like so many different flavors of breakfast in the real world as in Magic. And yeah, here we're like trying to make this work very, very dedicated. The only real backup plan, I think there's Sagas, right? We talked about Sagas.
Yeah.
But I will need to double check that one as well because that's actually not a given. Yeah, there's no Sagas.
There's no Sagas. All right.
Oh, there's 3 on enchantment. Okay, we got it. Okay, 3 copies of Saga.
Okay.
So that's really the only backup plan because other than that, our beatdown is like Nomad, Cephalid, Narcomoeba, and a single Thassa's Oracle.
I mean,
yeah,
it's possible.
This is, you know what I want to call this? This is Oops All Spells, but for like, I don't know, a little bit more, way more sophisticated.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's look at the sideboards. What do you think you think either of these decks improve? So let's look at.
I hope so, at least.
Yeah. So breakfast, what do they have, and what do you think will come in?
So they got 3 copies of Swords to Plowshares, which I could see coming in just to buy more time. Prismatic Ending, at that point, I'm not so sure about that one.
No.
Force of Negation, probably not. Like, you don't
No.
want to counter discard spells. Flusterstorm, maybe. It depends on what you want to side out, right?
Yeah. I think, and then after that, we've got Brazen Borrowers, Surgical Extractions, Pithy Needle. I think the swords come in. If he knows what Andre's playing, he probably was scouting a bit, just seeing around the room, see what's going on.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good point. Like, Andrew didn't really reveal all that much.
No. I think it was a really heads-up play to read Erik's hand that he knew from the grief and be like, if you play it correctly, I'm dead. He could try and hope that he pitches the days to the Force of Will, but there's no reason to keep the Narcomoeba in hand, right? So he's giving his opponent the credit, which he should at 4-1 in this kind of event, and saying, right, I'm going to disclose that I could get Fetch a Blood Crypt, or I have Snuff Out main deck and stuff. So just giving him less information.
So from the Rakdos aggro side of the board, we got 3 copies of Surgical Extraction. It's always awkward, but on the other hand, like if Andrew reads that Erik is like fully dedicated to combo, like he saw Pact of Negation, I'm more happy to bring in Surgical Extractions because there's a lesser chance that we get grinded out, right?
Oh look, we're getting a peek into it. He's taking out 4 Shadows, 2 Street Wraiths, and 2 Baubles for Edict, Blasts, and Surgicals. Nice.
Shield's Edict, okay. Blast, Surgicals, yeah. I mean, if you go really crazy, you could bring in like Price of Progress, I guess. But I mean, we just saw the kind of damage it would have done. But I don't know if that's where you want to go.
No, I like this. I think it's great. I think it's very heads up. Breakfast very often plays swords, often in the sideboard. And that last game, he had 2 Shadows stuck in hand. His opponent's not really attacking him. It's just he's just going to try and combo him. So he's not going to plink damage off. It's not like a Delver matchup where they're going to be attacking you as well. So he's like realizing Shadow, probably not coming down in time to be aggressive enough.
What's some cute stuff you can pull with like Kolagon's Command? I guess you can get rid of the Shuko to stop the combo. Make them discard. Or could deal 2 damage to any target. Yeah, okay, we can break up the combo in many different ways. So
3 mana is a lot into the face of like dazes and Pact of Negations and things, but it's definitely got potential. So I like it. I really like Andre's sideboarding. We didn't see what Erik did. I think he probably just sprang in the 3 swords. I wouldn't be surprised if he at least shaves a Pact or 2. It obviously just counts as the removal, but it doesn't feel amazing to be getting like him to correct, Thought Seized, and Griefed, and they just leave you with the Pact and things. And you need to rip, like he did rip the combo back-to-back turn, the last turn. So here we are. Here we see the list. I love this list. It's just saying, you know what, Bowmaster's going to go under you. Just Pact it. It's fine. Because the combo is so cheap, 3 mana total. You just go under it. So we'll see.
That the way to go? Because I remember like the last season, 4 seasons we were here, I want to say Cephalid Breakfast was maybe the second most played deck, like after all the Delver variants. And now it's taken such a huge hit, and they have adapted apparently.
Last ELM was like the breakout tournament for Breakfast. I think there was 2 at least, maybe 3 in the top 8. I think it was 2. And it was just like the initiative killer, as far as you could be an initiative killer.
Yeah. I'd love to know more about this elusive initiative killer deck.
Well, the BNR ban list was the eventual.
Yeah, okay, that helps.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the ultimate ratio.
Yeah, I love the 1 pedal. Whenever I played Breakfast, I really wanted to be able to like get a mana off Saga on the 3rd chapter if you already have the combo pieces.
Yeah.
Really like it. Cool. All right, so we see 2 Force of Wills, Polluted Delta, a Ponder, an Orum's Chant in hand at least, and a blue card. Can't quite make out. It looks like a very good hand for Erik.
So on Andrew, I guess is looking for something like a turn 2 troll or something, like reanimate on a troll, or like I mean the turn 1 grief combo. That's basically the nuts.
The dream. Yeah.
And if you follow it up with the troll, like you can completely go to town like before Erik can even assemble anything.
Yeah. Andre, I feel like almost all his cards are good, so he just wants a functional hand. Like a couple of lands. He does want to get reanimate is probably his best threat, either getting a troll or a grief back.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just wants that, and then just back it up with any of the interaction.
You know what I was thinking? But that doesn't work. Like I was hoping Andrew would be able to somehow instant speed reanimate to break up the combo or something.
You need to ferry for that.
Is it like an Esper to ferry deck where you break it up? Yeah, it's my Oracle now.
Beautiful, yeah.
Let's do that in the future.
Chess saying Zanko was one of the 2 breakfast players in the top 8 of the last LLM. That's why the name rings a bell. Absolutely, he was.
So many recurring top 8 players. Like if Mr. Varga is also going to make it to the top 8, I think he might have been there as well. I was told. Like I was like railbirding a little bit on the floor. So lots of like familiar faces at the top.
So you're saying good players keep on top 8ing? They must be just really lucky, right?
Yeah, that's how you do it. Like that's the only way.
Yeah.
What else would you do?
Yeah.
Playing well,
right.
no. Okay, we got like
so many good cards. Just land light. So he's got a Wasteland, Pyroblast, Reanimate, Bolt, Snuff Out.
Wastelands, yeah.
And there's the card in the middle. I don't think it's a land though. Oh,
And
he's
that's
got
going
another-
back, going down to 5.
That hand has so many good cards in the matchup. But yeah, unfortunately down to 5. And Erik keeping a pretty fast 7 and looks like a good 7 from what we can see. A lot of interaction. We saw a ponder, I'm pretty sure, as well, just to find the second half of the combo.
Yeah, and it looks like if you lose this one, you're probably going to be out of top 8 contention.
Yeah.
It's going to be really rough, like technically, but no.
Yeah, 5-2s, I don't think going to make it just because of IDs working
Yeah,
in this environment.
exactly. We're also like pretty close to the next threshold of having to play 8 rounds, which makes it even harder for them.
Yeah, yeah. Tough. And the thing is, the silence effects are so brutal against Andre. They just he has no
What is he going to do in response, right?
Nothing.
Yeah, he's not going to counter them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny when you think about silence effects. You think about them. Oh, this is what you do against the blue, the counter, quote unquote counter spell
No.
decks. But now you do this against this.
This is very similar to Painter in a way, in the it's the same interaction. It's got the blasts and like lightning bolts or whatever, just removal spells, but you don't have the counter magic to stop the silence. So maybe you should play Mental Misstep.
yeah, I guess you try.
Oh,
Oh, this
okay, he
is
can put 2 blasts back. He's got a land, a Darcy, a Pyroblast, a Hymn to Turak. Okay. He needs to draw a second land. He needs to get lucky here, but he has a land in interaction.
didn't you just instruct me like that's how you top it? You gotta get lucky.
Gotta get lucky.
That's how you do it.
Absolutely.
I've won a couple of times normally on 1.
Yeah.
We can do it. We certainly can do it on a 5.
Yeah, I think so. Good turn 1 Darcy. If he just rips a land to play a him get lucky, hit some lands. Probably has to force the him, do you think?
I mean, if my opponent's down to no, it depends on like if you have anything valuable in hand, and also like if you what you want to fight over.
Yeah.
I usually very oftentimes like forcing the him is the correct play, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Because there's a potential that does like way more damage to you.
There's a big difference when you're playing against blue decks, because if you force a him and get forced back or dazed, it can be even more brutal because you're down 2 cards. But against black-red,
An ELM Badlands.
this is an ELM Badlands.
Loving
very
it.
cool,
Absolutely
very
loving it.
Yep. Very cool. Cool. Here comes the Darcy. Yeah, it is Snuff Out, Pyroblast, and him. Like, those are very good cards in this matchup.
I mean, you want to grow to 3/3 as soon as possible, ideally.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of awkward in this deck, I guess. Because the your instant sorceries, they are very reactive. You have like no cantrips, so it's a little bit harder to like proactively to grow your Darcy.
Yeah, yeah. Is there like Mishra's Baubles?
Yeah, that
Oh,
helps.
because he trimmed 2 of them, I think. So, yeah, I mean, the thing is, because of Reanimate as well, you play a lot of non-creatures in this deck. The only creatures, right, are Shadow, Darcy, Bowmasters, and Shadow, which is cut. So a lot of non-creature spells as well. Alright. But we're going to see a Ponder, and now we can see the full hand. Brainstorm as well, he's drawn from this turn. See Brainstorm, Narcomoeba Saga, probably likes the Saga. I think there may be a Cephalid Illusionist in his hand as well. Okay,
just
maybe
sending
not
it
then.
back.
Yeah, sending it back. Probably just wants to find more lands.
Yeah, the draw looked a little light.
Yeah.
Was that the case?
Yeah, I think so. Right.
We tutor for a random card from our deck. It's
Step
step through. I mean, the steps throughs are
Yeah,
kind of
that's-
cute, right? They
that is
can
like
find
that.
combo pieces. You can also technically find Thassa's Oracle if you want to play around Graveyard Hate.
Yep. Yep.
And
Street
you
Wraith.
go Street Wraith. Yes.
Cool.
I mean, that's one way to put a creature in the graveyard.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, Thoughtseize, very good here.
Oh, yeah, it's coming together.
This Thoughtseize on probably the Brainstorm is really good. So land, creature, sorcery. If he hits an instant, Darcy's already a 3/3. And there's an instant. There we go. This is the
Ooh,
clock.
nice.
For 5 against what was a good hand. Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
he's got to set the Brainstorm.
yeah. You know, it was going to be a good Thoughtseize when it gets Force of Will.
Yeah.
Take Erik down to 15. Okay,
Yeah.
cut just 5
Fetch,
strings away.
force 3. Yeah. All right.
I mean, for a mulligan to 5, this is one of the very best mulligans to 5, could imagine, I guess. I mean, there's always like turn 1 or turn 2 troll or something, but this is really good.
Yeah. All right, just drew another Ponder because we didn't see that before. He's looking for these lands. All right, Tundra and UC. Perfect. Perfect.
And another step through.
And he saw Andre not play any lands, so he's probably safe thinking there's no wasteland in hand.
Just
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
You can also even like get the shuffle effect on with the steps through if you want to do that.
Yeah. Maybe Brainstorm in turn, step
Yeah,
through,
yeah.
upkeep. Another Pyroblast. Oh, he's dying for another Badlands. Yeah. But again, really important to have this clock going. If he hits another land for the red source, having 3 blasts and the Snuff Out, I think there's a very good chance he's
Because
takes the
Erik
game.
really needs the Cephalid Illusionist, right? That's the centerpiece of the combo. I mean,
Absolutely.
most people watching probably understand the combo. So the way it works is you get the Cephalid Illusionist out, and then you need a way to target it as many times as you want.
I
When you
love
do
snapping
that,
this off. I love using your mana, getting the filtering to find another red land from the Darcy. Yep. Don't want that grief at all. Love snapping this off in the brainstorm here. And that's... Oh, I might have even forced back as Erik. So he's got the Illusionist. Oh, he does have the Nomads as well. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got Illusionist, Force with no second blue card, Silence, and the Nomads. He knows the top card... Okay, he's protecting the Tundra from...
Well, the top card is like a step through. You don't really want to draw that.
Yeah.
Especially since you already have one.
Another Thoughtseize as well.
Wow, is Andrew making this work? Like,
Andrew's
down to 9?
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, like, bolts are becoming, like, top decks.
I like Andre's spot. He doesn't cast the Thoughtseize because he's scared of...
Oh, he draws the second step through. Okay. I mean, there's really no wizard he wants to wizard cycling for anyways, I guess.
Andrew's got this.
Yeah.
He's going to go for it. He'll play this.
And now he must force, right?
He forces back, and he's going to die to the Snuff Out. Oh! He was meant to play the Nomads first, right?
Right, does he...
Well, he can snuff out any creature in response. So
Yeah, that works.
yeah. Whatever creature comes second, he has to snuff out the first one. So he's valuing the Nomads over the Illusionist in this spot.
So now you must stuff out response. Otherwise you're dead.
Yeah.
Okay, this on the second concert.
Yeah.
You get another trigger. Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm just rooting for Andrew because I want a third game here.
Yeah. Mulligan to 5. This is it though. Like as we said, all these cards are incredibly good in the matchup. Wow.
Absolutely maximize the draws that he had. Like, it's not over yet. Like, Erik has an unknown card on top.
Okay, he's got a Pyroblast still in hand. He's on a 3-turn clock. He needs to draw runner Illusionist.
Oh, but now that the Autumn's Chant is gone. At that point, yeah, he probably can't do it. Well, I guess there's also no jump blocking.
They did forget to mill with the Cephalid Illusionist trigger.
Oh, okay, right.
I guess it's a miss trigger.
Yeah, that's
Ooh, okay.
Oh, you hate that.
That changes the game completely. Okay, Erik is just immediately back in this. What a rip. Although, yeah. They're catching it now.
Yeah. You would have drawn something. But, I mean, both players missed it. Like, a full turn cycle has passed. I guess there's nothing they can do about that.
I don't think you can go back.
They're probably going to call a judge and figure it out, and both are going to get a warning or something. But we will see. So, and I mean, Andrew is on 11. That's still a very long way to go, right?
Yeah.
We're not talking about a real race here. But I could imagine it's like Andrew ripping a creature and a bolt or something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how you do it.
Yeah. So he's got a grief in the graveyard, so reanimates on. Proll is not a great draw, but he could rip a Darcy or reanimate really as like the best draws.
And you're saying Andrew's last card is a Pyroblast. You saw that.
Yes.
And Erik is Hellbent?
Erik is Hellbent, and he's got a Nomads in play.
Who? So who do you favor here? Like, if you play this game 100 times from now, who wins more often?
Still like Andre's spot. But it's close. Obviously, with the Darcy in play, Andre was like 90% favored or something. But now, I think I like Andre's spot more. He still has enough threats to draw to.
Yeah.
And Erik needs to draw 2 things.
Yeah, I mean, a Saga would be pretty nice for him, I guess, because that could close out the game rather quickly.
Yeah.
Of course, like the best... Actually, I was going to say the best draw is Illusionist, but as we just decided, no, it's not. Like, it's just going to die.
I mean, Illusionist is because then you're alive to draw a second Illusionist.
Yeah, but I think...
Saga's the best draw.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I'd rather like my Saga done.
Yeah. Chat saying the mill mattered. Essentially, the deck was random, so it's not like he milled a removal spell. He milled random cards, so just because he drew a removal spell in those 3 cards doesn't mean that, really. Because it's just random cards.
As long as the deck is, like, random to random,
Because at the same time, he could have milled 3 bad cards and then drew the removal as the 4th card. It's hard to say that. But yeah. It is indeed very hot here. It's Italy in the summer.
Scared and hot. Can we play some background music to get, like, I don't know. We're probably not even, like, monetizing the stream.
No.
So anybody, like, as you are waiting, just follow the stream. Follow 4 Seasons tournaments. You're going to get 4 big legacy events, including the ELM, even 5 a year on the stream. Hit that follow button, hit that sub button if you want. Like, if you want to take some of the Bezos money, send it over here so we can produce more of these tournaments. And yeah, just show your love, because what 4 Seasons and ELM are doing, this is amazing. This is one of a kind in Europe, basically at this size. There's a couple of more amazing events, and it's growing. It's growing so much, right?
It is. I think this is maybe bigger than like the last year's ELM. So because of the ELM going on, last year was probably the biggest 4 Seasons that had happened. And then the preceding events were bigger than their normal non-ELM ones. And now this one. Do you know how many players are in the side event, the Legacy side event today?
Let me guess. 100?
Nope.
How many?
175.
175? We call that a side event?
In the side event today. 175.
Do you have any idea how many there are going to be tomorrow in the main event?
I think 450.
450.
To 500.
That would be actually even bigger than the modern event. The modern event today is like 400 something.
Okay, I'm going to say it's about the same.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
How often do you get to play a 400 player event in Legacy? Not that
Not
often,
really.
right? Yeah.
Because I think the last ELM was just under 400 as well. I mean, this is where you come to play the... Oh, it's not GP size, but this is amazing. It's still... The Four Seasons is all community run.
I mean, we're basically rivaling the smallest GPs there have ever been. I think the smallest GPs were like 500 something.
Yeah.
And this is like all over here. Like this is completely computed. Like this is not like a, I don't know, some kind of organization behind this was like, oh, we're pushing like the bad payout side events. No, this is like from the players for the players, as you call it, right?
We're doing this because I get coffee. But yeah. So they're probably still talking what's going through. Last December legacy minimum was under 400. Yeah. I mean, it was almost 400. It's amazing. So
Even says like over 400, right?
under.
That says over 400. That says over 400.
Okay. All right. Judges still deliberating what to do. I'm not a judge. I'm not going to say what I think should happen because it is a bit awkward because they both missed it. Failure to maintain board state.
Yeah, technically, like, we've seen this situation many times over the years, right? It's usually like both players just get a warning. We'll figure it out. As long, like, we just assume there's no intention involved anyway. It's such a common mistake to do, though, right?
Yes.
You're so focused on what's going on, what matters. And as you mentioned, the mill doesn't matter at all. So that's why both players also forgot about it. They're completely irrelevant.
Breakfast, Cephalid either mills your whole library or none, usually. It's one of these weird things. See some weird spots where, like, you actually, like, you're being attacked by a Tarmogoyf, say, in the good old days, and you activate on itself, and you...
Well, I've sometimes, you know, like both of us, we play Painter. I've sometimes helped the complete mill out by just, like, targeting a couple of more times. You end up playing Painter, and then,
I'm
like,
dead,
hit
so
them.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the attack.
All right, so they look like they've just followed the game on, probably with a 1 each, and I think that was the hunch that we thought would happen.
And the game continues. Ender takes 1 damage, down to 10.
I mean, 10-turn clock, here we
I
go.
mean, this 10%? Every time you take 10% of your remaining life now.
Or we draw a Brainstorm. Probably blast this.
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah. So you could find a Saga. So Erik is still now drawing for an Illusionist. All right.
Yeah, at this point you could even like draw Thassa's Oracle, just get beat down.
Darthy.
Yes, that's what you
2-turn
want.
clock. 2-turn clock.
And is Erik gonna fire back? What is Erik? It's very slow reveal.
Not a land. It's also not great. All right. Can the Nomads beat the Dragon?
Are there any cute like damage redirection
Oh, he's got a
tricks?
bolt in hand. That's it. That's it.
The bolt does it.
Yeah.
Like, and Erik is empty-handed.
Yeah. So Erik is dead. He's just getting...
Just
probably
like
going to
trying to figure
bobble himself.
If you want to go for maximum value, you bobble to see like what's on top to get some more information about the deck.
I think Andre's just checking you can't read any damage to Erik.
That would be insane.
Yeah.
Or to Henry.
Yeah, oh yeah. That would be... Nomads would be pretty good then.
Yeah. You come at me, I come at you.
Bolt, bolt, bolt.
Take it. Okay.
There we go.
And we're up to the
Wow.
third game. Mulligan
Game
to 5.
3.
Henry Mateus.
Mulligan to 5. So impressive from this deck.
On the play. Mulligan to 5 on the play. That's
Yeah.
like in a deck that can't really make up for the card disadvantage.
You're seeing how like he operated off 1 land for the good first few turns. He obviously really wanted a second land, which he hit eventually, but hitting it like the deck has such a low curve.
And we see Erik making a couple of changes actually. What's coming out here? Okay, it looks like a couple of daisies are on the sideboard.
Coming
Oh, and
back
the
in.
Bomas. Wait, that can't be Bomas. It's a breakfast list. Oh, were they? Did we just see Bomas in that list? I would be surprised. No. That must have been some promo like
I
that.
think they were Source of Plowshares.
Oh,
Promos
okay.
of
So they
Plowshares.
stay in. Yeah, that makes sense. I think there's like 40, I want to say. Now more like 30, like different versions of Swords of Plowshares. these days.
Yeah, about that. Do you think, so what do they change here? Erik, we saw he sided out Dazes on the draw. Do you think he sides them in on the play now?
Well, we saw the 2 remain in the sideboard if the configuration is going to stay like he just presented it. So
Yeah. I think siding in Daze, taking out Force or Pacts, whatever. I'm not sure what his configuration is there. So, but yeah, I like that. Force is still very weak against a very discard heavy deck. Like, you just take the other blue cards and it's really awkward. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still favoring Shadow here. I think he played it great. I think as we said, 5 cards on the play, and he had enough disruption to get there against a good hand.
yeah,
He found the lands, he went for the combo, he had an interaction. He double forced.
yeah. And by the way, we just saw the prismatic ending, right? In the second game. So did like Erik actually bring in 3 swords, 3 prismatic ending? Like
He
go
could
for
have.
I mean, if he reads this as black red shadow, then removal spells are amazing, right?
Yeah.
As long as they
Yeah.
can hit like also the bigger stuff, which you can in swords.
Yeah.
And then you want to point your PEs at like small stuff, like basically only Darcy and Shadow. I mean, that lines up surprisingly well.
Well, he sided out the shadows, which I think is really heads up.
Yeah.
Expecting swords, but then also dodging pending in the process.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think he's thinking he's got to kill the Bowmasters in some spots. I know the combo can ignore it, but it means he can't like cast his cantrips as easily. So
I mean, from the Cephalid side, we already talked about it's much more combo focused, but you can at least like make an argument for trying to play a bit more of a controlling game.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
if you
what
have
we're
these 5
doing.
removal spells, I think so. All right. Oh, he just flipped over Saga. Now Andrew knows he's playing Saga.
If I was Andrew, I would completely go back to my sideboard and be like, oh,
Oh, play out the Saga.
and then you do nothing.
Get the 4 cards, put them down. Oh,
Just
no.
maximize value.
You're playing Wasteland, so Saga's bad. That's how it works. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think Shadow now on the draw. It's just got so much cheap interaction. That's the thing. Like,
That's the allure of the deck, right?
yeah. I mean, Snuff Out is
Chat,
incredible.
let us know. Who do you think is favored here in the third game? Andrew on Rakdos Shadow or Erik on Combo Cephalid Breakfast?
Yeah.
I mean,
On the play, he might just be like, Dazes packed in, Force of Will's out. Could just kill turn 2. But let's see. God, because he had to Force Will that Thoughtseize as well early, didn't he? It's brutal.
it's kind of funny. Like, whenever I get my Thoughtseize Fosterfeld, in a way it feels good, but it also feels bad because you feel like they have a very good reason to do that.
You're like, yeah. It's like the classic when someone goes like Volk go and then end of turn Brainstorm and they mull to 4.
Yeah.
Oh crap, I'm dead. It's sneak and show.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
super dead.
You already know they're gonna go for the show and tell on next turn.
Yep. Slam. All right, Andre taking Mulligan and I missed it. Is Eric taking Mulligan as well?
I think they just shuffled up
Okay. Andre's taking a Mulligan.
because Erik, I think, was like pile counting first.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah.
So Eric's not drawing his opening 7. Andre drew a no lander, which seems to be doing pretty well.
I mean, check how many lands are there in the deck.
There must be very few. Like I think the deck doesn't need to go above 2 lands in play to operate.
So we got 16 lands and then I guess a couple of copies of
4 trolls, 16 lands, and with 4 wastelands in there. Like the troll is essentially a low land.
yeah, comes to play tap basically.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what 6 Andre can work with. There's a troll, there's a land, there's a surgical. I think it's the best one yet, and a wasteland,
Wasteland,
and a surgical,
another surgical.
another troll, and a snuff out.
Thoughts.
Okay, he doesn't have a threat, but I think this is definitely good enough to keep. He'll put back a troll because the second one is just quite redundant, and he doesn't have any reanimate to go with it yet. So
I mean, you're on the draw. You can also like pick up a couple of cards. You got some interaction.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Like if Andrew ever manages to takes out Cephalid Illusionist, then it's really all down to Sagas,
yeah,
basically.
yeah. In my head, I'm always thinking surgical, like after they're comboing. I hope that they don't hit the Cabal Therapy first. But yeah, turn 1 Shuko.
Not exactly the kind of, I mean, it presents a turn 2 kill potentially, so.
Yeah.
But we got the Snuff Out. But Snuff Out could get dazed. Well, only if you play a land and do something, which I think Andrew is not gonna.
No, he's got a troll as his turn 1 play, so I think he just passes. Yeah.
Like Erik was hoping so hard that Andrew was stepping
Just
out
step
here.
out. Yeah,
assuming he has Cephalid Illusionist, which I'm not even sure he has.
Saga, okay.
Dude, this might be full-on Saga gamers.
He's got the wasteland though. Andre probably fetches a Badlands, cycles his troll, gets on the Badlands or a Blood Crypt.
You know, after the dust has settled, eventually there's going to be a Nakramurba for Shuko on it emerging.
Yes. Oh my god.
Get in there for 2 all the time.
Well, yeah. Put it up. You should need 2 Shukos to make it almost a Delver.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So you're going for Swamp, and then goes and gets a Blood Crypt of some special variety.
Well, yeah, the thing is, it's kind of funny because we probably don't have a lot of Badlands because it's a Shadow deck at heart. So how many Badlands do we actually have?
1, I assume.
Yeah, there's 1 Badlands. Cool. So we had the choice of either like getting a Black Crypt, which costs us life, or like a basic Swamp, which of course is not as flexible.
I know he has the Wasteland, but there could easily be a second Saga to put, like actually just attack and do damage. I don't know why he's not. Oh, he has the balance in his hand, maybe. I think he does. Yeah, I think that's why he's not got it. Oh, here's the thing.
Yeah, we're going after this.
Fetch the Swamp rather than a Badlands or a Blood Crypt. Like, it's just saying he does have a Pyroblast in hand, though.
Yeah. It's giving away quite a bit of information, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're step throwing
Step
here.
3 in response?
Okay.
Do you think Eric's just gonna go for it?
He might. Like it's in this spot where Andrew didn't fetch for like any of his threatened actors, like lands wise. Like he can't plus Kararas, he can't plus Bolt. He technically is representing Shadow.
Maybe he's baiting him into it.
Oh, that would be like the double, triple next level.
He doesn't have the red card, obviously, and he has red mana available in his hand. Maybe this is just the baiting. Like,
that would be insanely deep.
He's go for it. So
I mean, if you want, you can even like let it happen once or twice or something.
yeah,
I mean, I'm always thinking about like, is there any like, okay, he's actually letting me do it a couple of times,
it's not gonna be even. All right, so
and then we take it out.
Okay.
Dude, I told you, eventually Nakramiba and Shuko, we're getting pretty close to that.
You know what? This could totally happen. I think he has another Narcomoeba in hand.
This is equipped. Well, it's not equipped now, right? We just resolved the
No,
trigger.
yeah.
I mean, doesn't
Not
really
actually
matter.
on it yet. It doesn't matter, no. But he's
Okay.
saying in response to the equip.
Oh, but then he mills again. So I hope this time they don't miss that.
Yeah, he needs to mill 6 cards. It should be working out. Yeah. All right.
Oh, they're deciding on when the Nakramiba will come to. So I guess Erik is making sure. Do you let my Nakramiba trigger resolve first?
Right, 'cause he might
yeah.
surgical Narcomoeba.
Yeah.
I think he should surgical with Narcomoeba.
He had
He
two,
had
right?
two,
He
yeah,
had two,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it looked a bit odd, but they're both talking with each other. They're both working out. They're talking about the ordering, and I'm sure
You know what I'm wondering? If Andrew actually does have 2 surgical extractions, maybe you let Erik go even deeper.
he might just surgical the Cephalid now to take off the combo route. But
Oh, and then you double surgical, and then you only have to deal with the Nakramiba and Saga, like we talked about, right?
oh, he just Robo Masters. Okay, that's big. That's big. So now we can kill the Narcomoeba.
Assuming he's willing to run it into potentially days, right?
I say that's big, like killing a Narcomoeba with a shoot one. Big plays.
This is what Legacy at the top tables comes down to.
Yeah.
Comes down to.
He's just taking out the Cephalid. Here we go. All right. Oh my god!
2 and then. Oh my god! When's the last time you only paid 2 life for him to Torch?
Oh my god! Brutal.
Dude, I bet Erik was sitting there. Okay, I mean it's annoying, but I'm gonna like reload twice. I'm gonna go for the combo so many times, and Erik was like, no.
Wow.
I feel so bad. Like this hurts so much on Erik's side.
Yeah.
You feel like you're in a really good spot. You can like attempt 3 times to
Yeah.
go for the
I
combo.
mean, given what we know, I would absolutely jam there as well. If you have, he may have just drawn this second one, which is the ultimate sting.
Oh.
But even with the second one, given this hand, just jam.
Yeah,
Make them
yeah.
have it. Because really, you didn't see the surgical game too. You've seen loads of removal and discard. If you wait, what are you waiting for?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
more counter magic? I don't know.
Instead his hand, there's like a sorts of plowshares and an underground sea. Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
really do anything.
Yeah, I think he didn't. He doesn't want to play the Bowmaster into days. Is the reasoning for paying a black mana here, and if he needed to play this second surgical extraction, he probably would pay life for it.
I mean, we talked about, right? One way Andrew could actually lose is if somehow Erik gets a little bit more of, I don't know, offensive potential to it. Like, there's really not so much he can do. Like, yeah, it's really down to Saga. So Andrew, the more wastelands he finds, the happier he's gonna be.
Yeah. So now he's seen the hand as well. It's just Underground Sea, which he'll probably play, and Source Splashes now. Now he can happily just untap, play the Bowmasters, shoot the Narcomoeba. And you know what? I think he should probably surgical the Sagas.
Oh yeah, there's a Saga in the graveyard already,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He might actually do that on the draw step.
I think so. He's been careful. I love him being careful with his life because he doesn't have a threat yet. He doesn't have him under any clock because he's got all the disruption to win. So he's just being ultra careful, playing slowly, making sure he's not walking into an unnecessary daze or something like that. So yeah, I would love to just pay 2 life now for the surgical on the Sagas. You could do a draw step, I guess.
So at that point, what are we down to? Thassa's Oracle beats?
Yeah. And Narcomoebas.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess Nomads, Narcomoebas, and one Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah. But I think he can beat that. He hasn't gone for it.
You say that now.
Yeah. All right, he drew a Cast into the Fire. That's a nice new card from Lord of the Rings. That seems pretty good because you can exile artifacts. You can deal 2 damage.
You can exile your
1
opponents
damage to things.
like Shuko, which is like increasing the clock by quite a bit if he ever finds a creature.
You know what? If he draws a Narcomoeba, that might happen. All
Oh, yeah.
What's he going for here?
Yeah, it must be Sagas, right? And
That's
yeah, he
game.
just,
That's game. Must have gone for the Sagas.
definitely.
Wow.
Andrew.
I mean, both players play great. Andrea, I just can't really fault a single play.
Yeah, that was perfect. Like, especially that mulligan to 5, like, navigated masterfully.
Yeah.
Like, Erik put up the best fight he could, right? That
Yes.
was, like, navigate the same.
Again, like, having 2 of these Cephalids stripped from his hand feels awful, but it just makes sense to jam the tempo 4. I love it. I think it's absolutely what you've got to do.
And the way it looks like, most likely, Andrew is actually going to be able to draw into the top 8 on Rakdos
Yes.
Shadow.
So 5-1-1, and now play like winning this round, he'll be your higher seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a very good chance. So
Love
we
it.
might see more of this Rakdos Shadow deck. going
Rakdos
on.
Shadow.
Is this some kind of like the tempt seed that you want to play this?
Oh yeah, this is a great
This
deck.
is way down your alley, right?
Yeah. People that like what look at lots of Magic Online results probably see Punishing Waterfalls. He's played it a lot.
Oh, Punishing Waterfalls.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know whether he created it, but he popularized it, I guess.
He he definitely played it and popularized it at least, and I've seen that and it looks really, really cool. Yeah. Love it.
One of the biggest innovators. So going forward, by the way, should we like mention all the people that make this work? We're gonna be here till tomorrow. Like seriously. We walk around here. We see, I wanna say, like dozens of people involved with this, and they're absolutely amazing. And we just check here. But for like all the sponsors especially, so we got Card Market, we got 341 Trading, we got, what do you want me to do? Okay. sorry, I was like lost. We got Card Market, we got 341 Trading, we got Ultimate Guard, we got Bosa MTG, we got In Response 4 Seasons who are allowing us to host this like, at their venue, and we got Bazaar of Boxes making all of this work. So show them a lot of love, show the stream a lot of love. So if you want to have more of this, just give us a follow here. Let us know how much you enjoyed. And I think we was just talking about
well done, Julian, for remembering all 7 of those sponsors. Yeah, that's commendable.
You have no idea how long I had to practice.
Yeah.
But those are good ones. Those are really good ones.
Absolutely awesome. I cannot wait to just go and watch more.
And we're playing Legacy tomorrow, right? In the main event. And the 4 Seasons main event.
I'm playing the side event now as well, so I'm going to run back.
That's the funniest part. So, Karam is actually playing in the side event. He's undefeated in the side event. You're 2 or 3-0 or something.
2-0.
And he decided, okay, I'm going to like not play the single round, come here, do the commentary, and then come back for the 4th round.
Yeah, so I'll probably go back and they'll
talk about passion and dedication. This guy, seriously, like look at this. Like he was like undefeated in the side. He was like, no, I'm gonna do the commentary here. But your opponent must have been like, I'm 2-0 now, I'm getting the buy.
I'm getting the buy. Like, hey, it's all right. But I'm here talking, and I mean, watching this Rakdos Shadow deck, it makes me want to play that deck.
Yeah. Pick that up. Is there anything that's? I think you might have already have most of the deck. The way I know. Yeah. This is something I very much want to do.
Yeah. Awesome. I want to see how Marcus is doing as well. High Tide is so fun to watch.
He's out of the competition.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's 3-2 now. So Marcus Ewald was playing High Tide earlier, like showing us some amazing Minds Desires into Minds Desires. It's deck with a single win condition in the entire 75.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got disassembled.
I was already looking at prices for Time Spirals from all the vendors.
Oh, dude, to me, Time Spiral is like a €7 card. But then I look it up, it's like 100.
80. Oh. Yeah, it's a lot. But I might go and get
I gotta win one of these events one day.
Yeah. And then you just got the credit, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
600 for the first place, right?
Is it? Yeah.
You can get a place at Time Spirals easily.
Yeah. Well, 600 for the first place of ELM, but for the main event, it's like 1,000 if you...
Oh, yeah, and then the 4 Seasons main event. Easily. We can do that.
Yeah. All right. I know we don't have a backup match.
Oh, we don't? We don't? Oh, yeah,
no.
you told me, yeah.
So I think we'll cue into some ads. We'll see our sponsors, talk about that. Everyone, follow the stream. Check out the Twitter for European Legacy Masters. All the updates there. We've got Luke running around like a maniac, posting all the updates. We've got Inigo, who's run Core Magic Online. You will know him, being an absolute hero behind the scenes. We've got us being idiots just shouting at you.
We made it a career.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Watching, everyone.